because this is probably going to be the last time we actually get together, we do want to provide an opportunity for the mentees and for all the mentors to come together at the end of the project, but that's subject to getting some additional funding. And I mean, our vision for the MyVoice project is for it to become an annual bursary scheme for young people. And in order for us to develop it into an annual bursary scheme, we need to be able to demonstrate the impact of the MyVoice project. So we'll be sending out, I suppose towards the end of the project now, a questionnaire to yourselves, to the library mentors, and capturing some information from the young people themselves about the project. You know, has it helped to widen their reading horizons, and has it developed their creative writing? And it would be wonderful to be able to showcase their writing in a lovely publication. So we're talking to publishers to see if they're willing to sponsor a publication that we can then distribute to schools and librarians. And as you said, Kesra, you know, it could be a tool, it could be a resource guide for librarians and teachers to use with more young people, lots of young people, to open up discussions about those global issues of our time. So that's our plans. I don't know, Ruth, whether you want to add anything else to that, and perhaps Rahana can give us an update.
No, I think you've kind of pretty much said it in terms of, at the end, ultimately we want a useful publication of young people's text, and there's no reason why there couldn't also be text from yourselves in terms of you reflecting on the process or stuff that you've learned along the way, which I'm sure you're keeping in the journals that we gave you at the last session. But it's almost like a collective selection of thoughts on global issues of our time by young people living and growing up in that time, which for years to come I think could be an incredibly useful resource.
And I think, you know, a lot of it, you know, as even as we can see even through groupthink, a bit of it is a bit experiment, you know, what's working, what isn't working, this, that and the other, and but obviously all with the focus on those young people and their development. And I think it would be brilliant if we can all work together to actually make it something bigger, really, and make it something that happens on an annual basis, because I think it has the potential to involve a lot more young people and engage them. And also I think importantly for us is that it makes that connection between reading and writing. So often they're completely separated, and you can't be one without the other, and you can't do one without, you know, do you know what I mean? They're so intimately connected, really, for all lots of different reasons, and you know, I think that's really important, and it has, and being grounded in a local community resource, which is the library, and the value of that for people, I think.
I think we spoke at the last session about the power of pen, and essentially these young people are given an opportunity to illustrate to others the power of the written word, and that's why I'm really keen to get them to write about some of the more sensitive, complex and challenging things that are happening in our society currently, because it will also test their ability to be able to think about those things critically and to be able to communicate them articulately through their writing, because what I hope that will then lead to is us having a sample of them responding to a controversial issue, but also at the same time them writing quite a personal piece on a theme that they've chosen.
That's right, and I think also some of the work that's going on as well is obviously looking at, you know, we're not looking at just dropping these young people when it comes to February, do you know what I mean? And that's what I suppose one of the other rationales for groupthink is that even though the project in effect has come to an end because, you know, for various reasons, you know, there's no reason why those young people can't carry on their own little community or whatever online, but we're looking for opportunities which, you know, with feedback from yourselves in terms of how they're developing and stuff that happens, that we might be able to link them into, so they're not just going to be like, oh, thank you very much, do you know what I mean, which would just be dreadful, I think, if something like that happened.
It's raising awareness of things like writing competitions that are out there that they could enter, and I know the library mentors in particular have ambitions for these young people to become active volunteers in the local library, where they're putting on creative activities for other young people. They're helping younger children take part in the summer reading challenge over the holidays, you know, so there's some, I know library mentors have their own ambitions, and Asia House then in particular have got in touch with me to talk about featuring a MyVoice panel at the Asia House Literature Festival. I don't know whether you've been to their festival before. Have any of you? Have you heard about it? Yeah, it's organised by Asia House. It runs in May. And yeah, they're really keen to get a couple of the mentees with the mentors to talk about their experiences, to do a reading, and take questions in front of an audience. And I think, again, it's a wonderful opportunity to give those young people a platform, you know, to express their writing and their opinions, and to share that much wider with more people.
Just to reiterate, I mean, I'm just bothered by the fact that these mentees have such wonderful opportunities. It's something I feel anyways, I wish I had that at the age of 70, then struggling all these years. You know, it's a fantastic opportunity all around. It's an excellent project, it really is.